So we have Avninder Visal who will tell us about abuse only. What is the abuse?
Uh, Thank you, sir, for giving me this topic. We have been discussing among ourselves how, where not to use anti-VEGF. I'll say not abuse, misuse of anti-VEGF. Thank you, Dr. Lalit, for having me here. Anti-VEGF is the most widely used pharmacological agent in retina practice. It is considered to be the cure of all retinal pathologies, and that is the basic problem, and hence it is most misused drug. So look at this prescription. Vision of the patient was finger count, and if you look the OCT pictures, near normal foveal contour, vision was finger count. And if you look at this prescription here, injection ranibizumab intravitreal has been advised. Uh, I don't know when I asked the patient why it was advised and what was the promise given by the doctor. He said कि काम कर सकता है नहीं भी काम कर सकता है ये आपकी किस्मत है. When I went into the history, patient was on ATT and he was taking combutol. So I diagnosed this patient as combutol toxicity. So ranibizumab doesn't work in these kind of patient. Now this patient, if you see, there is an intraretinal edema with subretinal fluid here, has received 2 injections and then came to me कि डॉक्टर साहब 2 इंजेक्शन लग गए कोई फ़ायदा नहीं हो रहा क्या करें लगवाएं कि ना लगवाएं. I went ahead and repeated the OCT, and if you can see the OCT here, there is a macular hole here. This patient didn't require anti-VEGF injections, and this patient required surgery. So wrong diagnostic or taking a cut at a wrong place can give you a wrong information, and your treatment changes accordingly. Uh, this is a patient of diabetes, right eye 6/9, left eye 6/18 vision, has received multiple injections, came with this kind of picture. You can see DME here. And what the doctor has missed here is in pre-retinal hemorrhage here. So if you have, what is the basic teaching, if you have a pre-retinal hemorrhage, then it becomes a proliferative diabetic retinopathy. And you know, and the problem nowadays here is that the number of fundus cameras are going down. Nobody wants to do a fluorescein angiography. Everyone wants to do an OCT and inject. So nobody did an fluorescein angiography, and you can see once we did an fluorescein angiography, you can see huge areas of capillary non-perfusion and NVE. So you will keep on injecting, this patient will not respond to diabetic macular edema because here the source of VEGF is these areas of capillary non-perfusion. And if you don't take care of these areas of capillary non-perfusion, macular edema, VEGF secretion will continue. You will give anti-VEGF for a particular period of time. 1 month there will be a benefit. That edema will reoccur again. Many of you will say protocol S suggests कि yes, you have to give monthly injections, which gives 4-word letter. But important thing here is patient who do not follow. It's very important to counsel these patients that you should go in for a monthly injection. And those patients who missed the schedule of 1 month and came after 6 months missing the follow-up, these patients landed up with hand movements vision. So it's important that you laser this patient, and we are forgetting this art of lasering the patient in cases of proliferative diabetic retinopathy. This is another patient of proliferative diabetic retinopathy. We know that everyone wants to inject. So if you have this kind of a fibrous proliferation, the surgeon, the physician gave an injection, he didn't had an facility of the surgery. And what he lands up here, what you see, within 3 days, this patient land up with tractional retinal detachment. And you can see whole of this macula is detached. And if you leave this patient at this stage also, patient will come with a combined detachment after 2 to 3 weeks. So you have to intervene this patient. So the message here is, if you have any elevated NVEs, if you have any kind of a fibrous proliferation, and if you are not doing surgery, you are not a vitreoretinal surgeon, please do not inject in these patients, because if you inject, you can land up into a situation like this. And this also stands with vitreous hemorrhage also. Because vitreous hemorrhage, we don't know what is the condition of the retina. And if you have the proliferation like this and you have injected, patient will, you don't know what is going on inside, and patient can land up into a situation what you call as an tractional retinal detachment. We took this patient for surgery, and this is post-operative. You can see the macula is well attached, and patient improved to 6/18 vision. We give anti-VEGF, but prior to the surgery to prevent intraoperative bleeding, not as a therapeutic treatment. This patient, non-dilating pupil, received anti-VEGF 3 months at 3 months interval, came with NVI and NVG. In my practice, because most of the people are injecting, they are not looking at fluorescein angiographic picture. Patient, when I did angiography of this patient, you can see a total non-ischemia, and this patient had NVI. One eye was lost, had a pressure of 60. I couldn't do anything. I did a good pan-retinal photocoagulation, and I saved the other eye. So please, please don't keep on injecting. Look at the areas of non-perfusion also. This is one of the patients of central serous retinopathy suffering. It's a chronic CSR suffering from last 8 months. 2 injections has been given, no improvement, but the physician didn't do a fluorescein angiography, and you can see leakage here. And just a simple laser, a focal laser, will help this patient, not anti-VEGF, and you can give a good visual improvement to this patient.
AG, can we summarize?
Yeah.
Time is up here.
2 more slides, sir. And if you see here, this is a retinal tubule, and this does not require anti-VEGF because these are degenerative disease. Third thing is a choice of anti-VEGF. If you look into this patient has an polyp here, and if you look at OCT angio picture, these are BVMs, and this patient had an PCV, so it will not respond to ranibizumab. You have to go for a change of anti-VEGF, either Eylea or Pagenex. So to conclude, anti-VEGF have revolutionized the management of retinal disorders, but there is a myth that it is a drug to treat all retinal problems. Where not to use this drug is highlighted in this presentation, and above all, should not ignore fluorescein angiography and adjunct treatment like laser photocoagulation in subset of our patient. Also important to stress that it requires multiple treatment sessions. Thank you very much for your kind attention.